bop, skibbity bop boo, zibbity bat zam. Hey everybody, welcome back to Karandrin Role Playing. My name is Kevin Manus Pennings, also known as Crack Volunteer, and I will be your host and game master for this episode 141 of Brise's Tale. And as always, my good buddy Max is here to play the beautiful and talented paladin Brise. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
Hey everybody, we're actively being sabotaged right now. I just had a power surge, like at 7 o'clock on the dot. So fingers crossed that was an outlier and it won't happen again. But
Right, yeah, we started just a few minutes late due to some technical power issues, but yeah, we're up and running. So don't fear, don't fear. We're gonna keep going. Yes, we are down in the catacombs of Pesidarius, the capital of the Manish nation, Theaxia. And you are down there hoping to find a site of your religious sect, trying to uncover the truth about what their real goals are. Not that they were ever nefarious, but why don't you explain to us the two different theories, what you've been taught versus what has now been suggested is their real goal?
yeah, so as a young child, I was taught that the Cult of the Nine Stars was a organization dedicated to unlocking the magic potential that everyone holds inside of them. We know that only a few people practice magic in modern day Karandrin. And the theory for that, according to the cult, is that modern day religion has suppressed that kind of inherent magical ability. And that by finding these 9-star sites and awakening that ability, everyone can be granted the ability to cast magic. And from my conversation with the wizard Oshekra, who gave me the notes to locate this.
That was not what was supposed.
Posting some passwords in the.
I know, it's really weird. There it is.
Yeah. So Oshekra, who gave me these notes on how to locate the 9-star site in Pesidarius and many other sites across the world. He's done extensive research into them. He deduced that the organization was no longer trying to awaken people's magical potential. Instead, they believed that they were going to grant the magical abilities to everyone in some massive spell that would have multiple sites all interconnected through some very complex magic, be able to grant everyone the ability to have magical abilities. And so I'm going to kind of investigate that for my own eyes to see if that's really the truth. And I started with Pesidarius, mainly because it's one of the most detailed kind of notes he has and very clear example. Also want to explore the catacombs, which we've already seen are full of many treasures and many dangers, which have been quite fun to encounter. So
yeah, they're quite sprawling, and this is just one little section of them, and who knows how many little sections all link up or don't link up, but yeah, here we are, and that's what we're often doing. So you had taken a tough hit last time and shaken that off, and you were exploring more. You came across a film-like creature that was sort of hiding from you and your light and your familiar, a cat named Azrael. That little tomcat is very interested in hunting that little thing down, this tablecloth size film, and that creature doesn't want to have anything to do with your tomcat and runs. And the notes you've got from Oshekra tell you to proceed to the Hall of Fountains.
Mm-hmm.
But
You just arrived at.
you're just at the entryway for that, um, and the but you're sort of worn out. You're hungry, and you've got you're kind of low on magical power. Not that there's much you can do about that last one.
We also read in Oshakra's notes that there are enchantments on the fountains that, if activated, will attack.
Yes,
Apparently, the
and
nature of that attack is unknown, but um, attacking fountains is something Brise hasn't encountered, and I don't think she wants to encounter, frankly.
right, and the apparently the implication is that Ashekra was able to damage some of the enchantments
Right.
and
Or
prevent them from functioning. And now the question is, are they still damaged? Because this was 20 years ago that he was down here in his middle age or not quite youth. And so the question is, have they been repaired? Do they repair themselves? Or do they remain broken and therefore it's safer to get across?
right.
Shekra, we have to assume, was more powerful than you are now when he first encountered these. So they could really pose serious danger to you depending on whether they're active and what they do.
Yeah.
But given doing first things first before you mount that, you probably just want to eat a meal and
Yes.
rest a bit.
Indeed.
Throw some morsels to your cat, or let him have free reign to hunt.
I think
Um,
I'll throw some morsels. I don't know if I want him hunting giant
the,
rats and
the
floating sheep.
rats, yeah, are pretty sizable down here. That's certainly true.
He's gonna go hunting and then come back and he has like a third eye. And I'm just like,
That's right. He's got a second mouth, the one that's chewing him and coming after you. So the joke about the guy walks into a bar. Well, he walks up to a bar and he ties up his giant Rottweiler outside, and it goes into the bar. And a moment later, another guy runs in and goes, "Oh my God, who owns the Rottweiler outside? My little poodle just killed him." And the owner of the Rottweiler turns and goes, "What? What are you talking about? How did he kill my Rottweiler?" And the poodle owner said, "He must have choked."
oh my god, that's actually pretty great.
So
That's
anyway,
a very sad joke.
he says as he
Two
laughs.
dogs died.
It's not for dog lovers, that'll grant you, but it is for poodle haters. I'll tell you that much. So I learned that the French standard poodle is one of the more intelligent dog species. I didn't know that. They use them in police work, so presumably with a better haircut, but than what we think of with a poodle.
Hope so.
Yeah, but not a paramilitary look there. The stereotypical poodle cut. Well, speaking of poodle cuts, you throw a morsel to your cat,
Just have a little bit of whey bread, a little bit of rations,
and
and rest up for a little while, watching the
eats it,
fountains. Begonia.
begrudgingly, because he really does want to go out and hunt. You do wonder if the enchantments will react to your familiar.
I have a couple ideas, or even luring another creature in here just to see what would happen.
That's interesting. Yeah. As we mentioned before, there's one wall that is shimmering, cascading water going down, engraved images of ships at sea, ships at harbor, things like that. All very well done, and you can see those from just the edge of the doorway. So. You eat your meal, you regained half of your missing exhaustion.
Great. So that puts me at, I was missing 34, so I get 17 back. Puts me at 80 math. 83.
80 math.
Adding 7 to 6, that's a tough one for me. I don't get any PowerPoints back, right?
No PowerPoints back.
All
Well, this
right.
is one of the few times you've really been able to push you down and down and down in terms of it's really been
Yeah. That's a lot of spells. I think I didn't have a chance to restore my PowerPoint store either, so I started off with kind of less today.
Yeah.
Rest for a while. And we think it's late afternoon, but because I started exploring at dawn, but it's been a few hours in the darkness, and I also was unconscious at some point. So who
Right.
really knows? I'll just go to sleep when I feel sleepy or I really need to.
Yeah, but have you given thought to that?
Day two.
I mean, is your plan to sleep down here?
That's a great question. I kind of assumed so, but I suppose I would need to find. I'm finding less doors and like sealed off places than I thought I would.
Right.
Most of these are just hallways connecting to hallways, so no real places for shelter.
Right. It's a lot of just open spaces for the poor. The places that were closed off or are closed off are going to be more affluent tombs, and of course they come with a particular danger in terms of
magical protections. Yeah.
Right. And so to get past those is its own hazard. So so that's obviously the other option is you teleport out, sleep, and then try to teleport back in.
Right.
And you might be facing that sort of question. I mean, I guess I'm raising it now because you are low and you are now facing a significant danger.
Right.
Trying to get past these. Do you start at it fresh, or do you press on?
I could even leave the tombs, ask about the fountains in the city at the Adventurers Guild, right? And then come back to it the next day. So that does seem like, and then I can also answer the question of, hey, can I teleport out of here before it gets too dangerous, right? I'm in way too deep.
Right.
Right now I kind of have I've cleared out quite a passage to get back to the surface. I could just.
Right. And it's only 24 hours we're talking,
Right.
So I'll leave it to you, but I just wanted to raise that question.
No, I think let's try it. At this point, let's try a teleport out of the catacombs, and then later on the next day we'll try to teleport back in and continue our exploration.
Okay. So where would you like to teleport to?
So I guess first I'll memorize a spot. We can maybe memorize the room with the Mightwood. We'll kind of spend some time in there.
Okay.
Add to memory.
Roll for me.
19.
Yeah, you definitely need to spend some time in there. Okay. You don't have a clear enough where you're not comfortable yet teleporting there. So yeah. But you definitely go, you get a feel for it, where this enormous root is just crushing the rock and burrowing down and so on. It's to remind viewers, it's a type of tree that we know as Mightwood. It's extraordinarily rare, extraordinarily sought after, and where it is in the city is a really good question. Surely it would be under somebody's protection.
Right.
Some royal grounds or some park, or maybe there's a guard posted. It might be a symbol of the city sort of a thing, right? Or a symbol of a family.
Yeah.
And
I should also, I guess, so this room with the Mightwood in, this seemed to have did it have tombs in it, or was it just another room?
As I recall, this is
more shelf tombs of the poor. I have it written down here. So
right.
I would rather teleport in and out of a tomb with impoverished dead, because there's less likely to be any charms.
Right.
Protect against magic. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Um,
gotta love those poor tombs. They're just really doing us a service,
the poor are there to be exploited.
even
This
after
is
death.
even after death. Unfortunately, it's
Oh,
just a bitter road for them
ugh.
before and after. So, as I can attest. So,
So we're gonna try to teleport to. Do I have any spots memorized in Pesidarius? Let me check my.
I think you memorized up inside of the above the rope ladder, right inside the little alcove that leads down to this. Wasn't that a point you memorized?
Yes. The only problem with that is then I need to
Sneak,
sneak out of that property, right?
right?
Um, so we should try to instead. I have memorized an alleyway in Pesidarius across from the Temple of Lewin. Where
Okay.
was that? Let me just double check. Was that close to the Brandy Fire, or is that something else? Let me see. No, that's not. I see. Alley. Oh my God. Alley appears 200 times in my notes.
No problem.
Okay, here it is. I see. The spot Fraldrum teleported me to when she first teleported me into Pesidarius. Okay, it's not far from the Brandy Fire. So I'll try to teleport back to that alleyway.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
I'm going to be using my channeling helm.
Okay, and you're going to be concentrating like a
Channeling water. No, what is it? Channeling natter. Boots. My boots.
boots.
My boots. It keeps changing. I like to mix it up.
That's
Sometimes it's my
right.
water skin, sometimes it's my boots. Sorry, what were we going to ask?
No, so roll. So you're going to concentrate the full minute, right?
Yeah.
To really be able to land this well.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. Roll it up.
And that's a 64.
No problem. Now roll to aim.
27.
Not great. You appear in front of the brandy fire.
Brandy fire. Okay, so I can teleport out.
There are screams of people. There are screams of horses. You clearly came in. Why don't you roll for me again?
In the procession of the Emperor, 37.
You clearly teleported just right in front of people.
Wow.
What would you like to do? People are
I
staring.
probably would not have my hood up. I will just walk away as if nothing happened. I don't know.
Walk in.
I look at them in confusion and just walk. Try to make some distance between us. There's no like constables, right? In the
No, you don't hear any whistles, and
Okay.
no one's running towards you. Where are you headed?
Well, I'm headed to the Brandy Fire, but I'm instead going to just take a random direction.
Okay.
I can head toward the Temple of Lewin. It should be in my sights. Yeah.
Yeah. Roll for me.
100.
You definitely hear people yelling for a constable. What would you like to do?
Fantastic. So now I'm thinking that they're going to recognize my face.
Definitely time to put your hood up.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just try to lay low then. So I'll put my hood up and we'll make our way toward the Adventurers Guild. That's where I want to head. That's where I was supposed to head originally. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Brandy Fire. Whoops. Does it seem like I can get out of sight pretty quick?
I mean, there's always alleys.
Yeah.
There's always
I just
stores
don't
and
want to walk into
taverns.
a dead end if someone comes after me.
Right. Yeah, you're just going to have to choose a doorway or an alleyway, and take your luck. And then if it doesn't work out, then you're going to have to duck out of that one and go to a different one.
Yeah. We'll duck into an alleyway and hope we can.
Another alternative that you do see available to you, there are coaches available to take you place to place.
Yeah, but I'm afraid someone will see me go into a coach, and it's easier to follow a coach than it is.
True. I mean, it's true for any of these options. It's, so just make your decision. What do you think?
Just duck into the alleyway and
duck in. It is an open alleyway.
Okay, perfect.
There are now whistles being blown.
Woo.
You hear people calling about an alleyway, shouting about an alleyway.
All right, time to drink a potion of phase change. Or I guess I could just teleport to the no, let's do the potion of phase change.
Okay. Make yourself.
Never mind, I have 0 potions of phase change.
Never mind that.
Because I used them all. I need to get more of those. Damn. Note that down. I just drink an empty vial. I'm like, I look so different now. No one will recognize me.
Exactly. Drinking Brise is just a very different person than sober Brise.
Okay. Let me attempt to teleport to the Adventuring Guild then.
All right.
What's the name of that place? The Rabbit's Run. Hopefully that will be a little less crowded.
Well, more to the point, they're used to people teleporting.
Right, that too.
Roll it up.
All right, again, using my adder. 87.
Oh, beautiful.
And to aim is 51.
No problem. Now, where do you teleport? What's the teleport protocol here for the? Do you recall?
That's a great question. I don't know if I learned that when I was here. Let me search. Yeah, approached by a high woman.
We'll put you in an alleyway for the moment.
Yeah. I don't think
no cries of alarm. You feel like no one saw you. Just cross the street. Doesn't seem too busy based on the number of horses tied up out front.
Hey, Quinn and Obi-Wan Karen. Quinn recommends I can change my face very quickly if I have a knife handy. Thank you, Quinn.
That's right.
Very useful. I have other options, but I appreciate the suggestion.
Walk in. You've got a membership, right?
Well, no. So it is. I gotta look this up too. Rabbit's Run, 10 gold pieces for day entry, and I paid yesterday. For membership, you need to complete trials, which
that's right.
I have not really inquired about.
Right.
But maybe I should now, that I'm probably going to be coming back here a couple times to ask about the catacombs. So
I don't know. You've already made your 10 gold up since you've been there.
that's true. Oh yeah, I've got lots of gold. Okay, so we'll come in and definitely a little dirty, a little bloodied. Hopefully they won't mind. Just pay the 10 gold and
All right.
ask if I can wash up.
They can bring you a basin of water and so on. They just ask you to take a corner table. Not
Okay.
too busy right now, otherwise they may not be able to accommodate you. Was it here that you met a business associate who was after the crowns, or was that somewhere else?
No, that was at the Brandy Fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Fantastic.
Don't worry, I can't hear it anymore now.
Every sonorous note.
It's our background music.
That's right.
Just
To our lives.
Gold pieces. It's 2 slots for my adder. 20 exhaustion. Surprise someone. And go in. Pay 10 gold. Wash up in a basin. Okay.
So yeah, you wipe off what grime and so forth you can. As I said, there's only a handful of people in here. Everyone's doing their own thing. One large group and a bunch of singletons and pairs. Everyone's leaving you be. You do have that warhammer to sell, but I guess you want to take it to the temple first, don't you?
Yes, because it was
Possessed by an undead, so
yeah.
you seized it from an undead.
Yeah, while I'm here, let me check. I'm just trying to see where, when I was last on the Rabbits one, what kind of contacts I made. Also, I don't like that temple because at least the one guy in the temple mumbling, he refused to teleport me.
Oh, yeah.
That was really funny.
He was a grumbly Gus.
Okay. Yeah. So I will. So you said people are kind of keeping to themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
No one's sort of like openly advertising anything. No one's approaching you for offers or for questions, which is not to say that you can't, but
right. And that's what I'll stand up and just kind of announce to the room. I'm looking for information on the eternal fountains.
No, the Hall of Fountains.
I'm sorry, the Hall of Fountains in the catacombs. If anyone is willing to help me, I can pay or trade information.
You get a lot of shrugs and, head shakes and, someone calls out, "Sorry, darling," and that's all you get.
Well, just useless.
Exactly. This whole town.
Okay. That's fine. So no one can help with the Eternal Fountain. Or keep calling them Eternal Fountains, the Hall of Fountains.
What about information on how to damage enchantments?
True. So I'll follow that up with, does anyone have any tips for detecting and then damaging or disabling enchantments?
No real answer. You sort of sit down. A moment later, a note is passed to you from a barmaid who also asks if you want anything.
Yeah, I'll take some ale. It's been a long day.
They've got some really good stuff for a silver.
Yeah, I'll take that.
The note, written in thanks, it says that he doesn't know much, but physical damage to the item can often lead to physical destruction of the enchantments on the item.
Hmm. While I was resting outside the Hall of Fountains, did I notice that the fountains themselves looked damaged? I mean, they were operating, right? So did they have like cracks in them or any wear?
You don't recall one way or the other.
Okay. From the barkeep. So the barkeep gave me the note. Obviously, from
Barmaid.
else passed to him to me.
Yeah, a barmaid.
Okay.
So, as you know, she's going around the table. Someone slips her a note to pass to you.
They want to remain discreet, so
Yeah, not really get involved, but felt like helping you out.
right. I'll write my phone number and then pass it.
Your N number at the
My
brandy
address, 345 Meergrall Drive at the mountaintop
Club. That's right.
outside Valerie.
If there's an eagle at the gate, then that means I've got company.
If there's a giant demon at the gate, it means I also have company.
Exactly. That's right. But please come in. I need all the help I can get.
I guess we should try one of the other Adventurers Guild if we're looking for information on enchantments. Seems to be a little bit of a dry well here. Or even the brandy fire. If it's been enough time, I'll go back to the walk back to the brandy fire. That'll take me an hour.
Yeah, just take your ale and relax. And
Exactly.
it's nice to be in air that doesn't smell dank and moldy and it is mid-afternoon, by the way.
Okay.
By the
I asked about that.
All right, roll to navigate back to the brandy fire.
54. I have my hood up, not trying to attract any
I got you.
eyes. Be on the lookout for any kind of groups of constables, also looking out for anybody.
As you're walking back, you encounter a group of goblin soldiers guarding a set of carriages. The crest is one that you recognize as friendly to Meergrall.
Okay.
One of Mia Grawl's, it's one of Mia Grawl's allies. The coaches all bear, set of 3 coaches, very well appointed. So this could be official business. It could be just a pleasure jaunt.
So 3 well-appointed coaches surrounded by goblin soldiers.
Right. All of them bear the crest of one of Mia Grawl's allies. I should put up Mia Grawl's.
I'm actually curious what kind of business Mia Grawl might be. What kind of ally she's making, right? Might see if I can casually inquire about their business.
Maybe get some silver in hand.
Yeah, if there's any like captain among them or person of higher rank.
Well, do you want to start that high, or we're going to start lower?
That's fair, I guess. Yeah. If I'm just barging in without any rank, I'll have like 5 silver pieces in hand and ask one of the guards what who are you serving and what is this where's your destination?
Choose one that's already kind of leering at you a little bit. You're like, well, let's milk that opportunity.
Milk the opportunity.
That's right.
Oh
Salty milk. And it's a little reluctant to talk. 5 silver helps a little bit. Lord Omrith is who I serve. You mentioned, Lady Mia Grawl, and a look of admiration comes over the goblin's face. You mentioned that you work, that you serve under her, under special capacities. He says, as does his master. They're outside of a furrier's. I forget if I mentioned that.
You did not.
High-end place.
Does a furrier make clothes from fur, or just make?
That's what I intend.
Yeah.
There's a different word for it, and I can't remember.
No, that's a furriest.
Well, you'd be the expert on that. I don't want to overstep, but the
people walking around fursuits in Karandrin. What is going on here?
They're usually monsters, so be careful. It's not cosplay. It's not cause and it's not play. So, I don't like the term cosplay. I don't like it.
Why not?
Because
nice portmanteau.
It's not. It is cause, but it's not really play. That's my problem. You're just in costume, right? If it's a game, then I'll give you it's cosplay.
Some people it is play. It's like, I am this character now, and I'm going to be this character. But not everyone, and I feel like most people aren't. Actually.
I just don't like it when we have a term for something and people add another term.
Yeah, it's like, I'm in costume, right? That's
which is
exactly
great.
What it is. Yeah,
and I have no problem with the concept. It's not for me, but I have no problem with the concept. I don't like feeling disingenuous about anything. I'm really weird about that. Like, I don't like wearing a costume because I feel disingenuous. I'm really weird about that.
Interesting.
Like, it makes me feel weird. It makes me feel creepy. And it's so
weird. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I don't know why.
When you're not. Yeah.
I don't know why. It shouldn't. It's a costume. I mean, obviously, if I look like Homer Simpson, obviously I'm not to be taken seriously as Homer Simpson, but it's still.
Well, I feel like you were actually more true to your personality when you're
radioactively stupid. That's my
But that's actually the idea of cosplay is like, well, I want to be this character because I'm expressing an aspect of my personality that I wouldn't normally express. So
This is true. I kind of like, maybe if I embrace that, I could
yeah,
be more comfortable with it.
yeah,
So you guys just kind of chat. You find out that this is, while they're here at this place purely for pleasure, the mission is not particularly a secret one. They're trying to get better rates for shipping goods from Lord Omrath's county. So this is a basically a envoy to go and strike better shipping rates, so that people from his county get preferred treatment. Basically, when they ship their goods, lower rates, more profit, things like that. So this being a major port, you know, it's not going to surprise you that they hit or have already hit Alabar or other port, you know, all the other major ports.
right.
So getting agreements with shipping guilds and things like that.
Right.
So
well, your first problem is that you're goblins.
This is, you know, they're going to have a harder road because of that. I mean, there's no question.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, unless they're other goblins, then
right.
It probably works in their favor. But who knows?
The other goblins are giving him a hard time for clearly trying to hit on you and things like that. And, you know, again, you're just reminded of how you like the fact that they're just sort of always at each other. Mm-hmm. They're always, you know, there's always a feeling of jest among goblins. You know, right. Yes, they can steal from one another and they're more prone to violence and so on, but there's always.
And they eat eagles.
They will straight out kill a great eagle. They will. They don't care. But
they do have a way with words.
Right. But they so just in the shopping and mentioning shopping, they mentioned that you know, he's fine working for his master, not the Lord, but this particular person who is some low-level minister who's, you know, working on these deals. But it creeps him out. The place they were at last, which was a magic shop 2 blocks over. And he just sort of nods the direction. They said, you know, no place can be really above board if you call it the Ebony Book. You know, that's, you know, how do you expect people to trust a storefront so dark and gloomy and called that? You know, but my master is interested in those sort of unnatural arts. And so I have to keep my mouth shut and guard the horses like everything is normal, but it's not for me. It's not for me. So you at least get the location of a magic shop out of him.
Yeah. Can also just ask the name of his master.
Lord Inteketh, Intekekketh. He's assistant chamberlain to mines and logging.
His lord is?
Mm-hmm. That's his title.
To what in logging again? I'm sorry.
Mines and logging.
mines and logging. It's actually landmines.
That's right.
Very, very dangerous profession he's in. I guess mining is also very dangerous.
This is true.
Okay. Okay,
Uh,
good. I think that's all the questions I had for him.
so you make it to the Brandy Fire without a problem. You want to take a break, and then we'll come back and
Yeah.
we'll roll through your social stuff at the Brandy Fire. So, guys, just bear with us. We're going to stretch our legs and so on, and we'll be back after just a second.
Stay tuned.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging with us. Let's get Max back on here. There he is, as charming as always.
Hi. Sorry, I had to respond to Quinn in chat.
Oh, did you? That's not. I do have a knife. Catch.
All right, we are walking into the brandy fire, and hopefully, no one is paying me any particular attention more than usual, which is hard because I have such a pretty face. So I probably have lots of people always looking at me, and I'm like,
Right.
why are they looking at me? Because I'm beautiful, or
Because you're in trouble.
I'm in trouble, or both?
Right.
Some combination thereof.
Yeah, no real negative reactions.
Okay.
Walk on in. People seem to be out and about. Plenty of seats and so on. It's now late afternoon.
Yeah. I guess my cat will have to. Oh wait, no, I brought him inside. No one really cared.
Yeah. Might be time to bathe him again.
Yeah. You are such a dirty kitty. Okay. So we will. I don't know if this is the same. Go ahead.
Sorry, you've got a room. You've got a room here already, right?
I do. I don't remember how long I bought it for, but it should have been for a couple days at least.
That's my recollection. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if it's the same protocol. If I could just stand up in the common room and be like, "Hey, I need information on." This is kind of half adventurers, but also half merchants, right? So
Yeah, I don't think you want to
scares people off.
advertise. Right.
Yeah.
There's a pair of adventurers sitting out in the open.
Yeah.
They seem to be your best bet for, information along the lines you're looking for anyway.
Right. So I will make my way over to them.
Let's see what we've got here.
All right. See what they're doing. See what they're like.
So
Why can't I find how many days I got at the brandy fire?
So one's a half goblin dressed in robes.
Okay.
The other wears light armor. And is pretty definitely probably a child of rape. Good Lord. Because it is a female half troll.
Wow.
She is enormous. She's probably 7 foot high. They're lean. Hair down to the mid back. Not great to look at.
Yeah, I've only encountered one other half troll in my whole time adventuring.
Yeah, they're pretty rare, as you might expect.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you step up. I've lost the other seems to be goblin or half goblin, also a female. Um, where's there? Where is that value? The half goblin raises a drink to you, motions you over, is not, seems fairly welcoming.
Yeah. You said, is it 3 adventurers or 2?
Two.
Yeah, okay. Half goblin and a half troll. Okay.
Yeah.
Half a goblin and half a troll. I can do. I'll join them and ask them if they know anything about the catacombs beneath Pasidarius. Get their vibe on how they feel about the catacombs. Got to make sure for all our viewers that catacombs are technically illegal to explore. The city has banned exploration of them. So,
and has tried to block off entrances to them, or if they're on your property, they demand that if you have an entrance, that it's boarded up or locked.
Yeah. Now, I mean, adventurers aren't too much of a problem, but there are other people here at the end, so
right.
I'd be mindful.
So yeah, at least the half goblin waves you over. The half troll seems sort of indifferent to your appearance, to the fact of you, and they ask if you speak goblin.
And I will reply, since I was a child in Goblin. I was raised in Gratenlau.
They both nod appreciatively. What can we do for you?
Okay.
Some company?
Well, I'm looking for information. I'm exploring the catacombs beneath the city and ran into a particular room called the Hall of Fountains. I'm wondering if anyone else has heard about or knows about.
They look at each other, shake their head no.
Okay. I say the room has some sort of enchantments on them that apparently will attack people who walk into it. Do any of you know anything about disabling or detecting enchantments? Especially of the fountain variety?
The robed goblin, half goblin, says, at temple, little of that was discussed. All I know is that the physical structure of an item is what houses an enchantment. The more you damage it, the greater chance you have of disabling the enchantment. It's true for swords, she touches her robes, anything like that. If it's damaged enough, there's a chance that the enchantment will be irrecoverably lost.
It's unfortunately more difficult.
Did we lose you? Oh, you froze up on us, Max. Did you have another power outage? That would be no good. Oh, man. He seems so innocent just sitting there, doesn't he? Look at him. This is how I imagine he'd look when he's old. Hand up to his throat. Oh, no, we lost them both. We lost them all. This is exactly why I never trusted him. Well, I suppose we could just play his character and make him make stupid decisions the whole time. In fact, that's what we're going to do. So in chat, I just need people to start suggesting random things for him to do. Oh, I've got a suggestion already. Yeah, it's well, Quinn is still here. Oh, Quinn's going to play his character. That's fantastic. Quinn, what would you like to do as Brise? We'll give him a few more minutes, and then if we can't get him back online, we'll just have to end the stream here, which is a sad way to go, I know, but I don't see that we have another choice. You guys can see my, oh, it's over here. You can see my wizard's hat right there. I just got a text from Match. All right, so Quinn's gonna. All right, well, Brise destroys all of her magic items. I just got a text from Max, so his internet is down. So I think what we're gonna just have to do is we're just gonna have to call this a stream that has to be ended. We just call it here. Our Max usually provides our closing screens, and so we won't be able to do that this time. But thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, you can find us at Karandrin.com. You can go to donorbox.com. Oh, wait. Quinn really wants to play this. Quinn's got all kind of ideas for Brise, and I'm sure that's true. But but thank you all. Quinn, you're gonna have to just you have my address, Quinn. Just email me all the ideas, and then I won't let him veto them. So but all right, guys. Well, thank you anyway. This has been a very unusual stream, which is all right because I'm a little headachy anyway. We were going to call it early anyway, but thanks, guys, for everything. We will see you next week. We've got some things to figure out for about that week after that, but definitely next week we'll be up and going. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.